Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. We still have the unidentified zombie, where am I? Okay, I guess this'll do. I don't think this is the front door, but yeah, we have, oh, that is the front door. Awesome. Zombie noises throughout the night. We were safe in that no zombies spawned in our home whilst we were sleeping overnight. But yep, there is indeed a zombie spawner. I should be careful, however. There's also a forest surrounding us. It's a breeding ground for creepers. But we have indeed found a zombie spawner. Should I bother with it? Or should I let them be? I feel like I should at least check the chests, but I will leave them be as a truce, as an appreciative. Oh dear. Thanks for not invading my space whilst I slept. But I will see what wares they are selling. I suppose. Whoa, okay, let's not do that. You know what? Or not. This might be just ill-advised all around. Is this where where's the? Oh, there it is. Can I get it? Can I get it? Iron. I will take their iron. And you know what? Let me just get out of here. This is getting a bit overbearing, and I'm a little bit worried that some sort of creeper or something is going to, or a pig is going to fall down amongst us. I've given them a skylight, but we'll leave them be. Thank you, fine gentlemen, for allowing us to sleep in peace and allowing us to continue on our journey here in Far Lands or Bust, the longest and most delayed intro ever. But yeah, Far Lands or Bust. This is episode 379. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2014. And we are still walking to the Far Lands, as I mentioned, and still raising money for Child's Play charity. A significant jump in our Child's Play charity fundraiser. We passed the $7,000 threshold this season. We are at $7,084.99. Does somebody who works at Walmart give us that final 99 cents? That seems like some way you would price some sort of, price something for sale in a retail store. But yeah, $7,084.99. Some of that coming in from Mindcrack Ultra Hardcore Season 17. Had a good run. Last episode went up, well, I guess, spoiler alert, the last episode went up yesterday, and that is the reason why this week we are on a strange Far Lands or Bust schedule. Did Tuesday, and now we're on Thursday. Might, if I am up to doing 2 Far Lands or Bust disease in a row, might get back on the Friday schedule tomorrow. We'll see. But a few people donated as a kind of a send-off to UHC Season 17, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much indeed. All the generosity, helping get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world through Child's Play charity, through Far Lands or Bust, at farlandsorbust.com is where you can do that. A glimmer of light and hope on an otherwise pretty bleak day. Just in regards to news, I try to keep things lighthearted and upbeat here in Far Lands or Bust. I've got my silly little cartoon logos, and we've got a wolf wearing 3D glasses, and it's Minecraft is, to me anyway, at its heart, a fairly lighthearted, beautiful, definitely beautiful world to be walking through here. Despite the zombies and the skeletons and the creepers, even they have their charm, so I try to keep things lighthearted, but just bad world, just the world news coming out of the world, directly relating to human activities, not good. We've got what's going on in the Middle East, and just before I've started recording, all breaking throughout Twitter and the internet is news that a passenger airline jet got shot down near the border of Ukraine. And that's just horrible. Could we stop? Could we just stop, people? Just stop. Really? So, and this music, that's the one thing in the game that might be a little bit somber, is the music. But yeah, just terrible stuff. So it really makes me kind of, I have topics to talk about and questions to answer, and it all seems a little bit frivolous. Ooh. That's neat. A little bit frivolous compared to the sorts of things that are going on, but so I'm not gonna go too much into detail about that stuff in regard, but just, can we stop? Can we just stop? Humans, really? Just from good gravy. But it kind of is a I brought this up because it's also contrast by the fact that this week, particularly the 16th, and specifically the 20th, is the 45-year anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landings. The 16th was the launch date, I believe, or was it the 15th? No, the 16th. 16th was the launch, and the 20th is the anniversary of the actual first step on the moon. And it's very cool that NASA is uploading a lot of archival and even restored video footage of the event. And just today, they posted the 3-hour unedited, uncut, not the television broadcast with Walter Cronkite talking over it, but just the uncut footage restored of the EVA of Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong on the surface of the moon. And I had that, I'm like an hour into it. I just had that running in the background, very similar to how I have, if there's an EVA going on the International Space Station live, I'll have NASA TV just up and running in the background while I'm working, and it's just kind of cool to hear the comms, the communications, the radio back and forth, and to check in every now and again to see what they're doing. And it is kind of being transported through time. Like, what if the moon landings happened in this day and age? Would I have the live footage on in the background as they're hopping around the moon and putting up the American flag and talking to the president on the phone? And I would recommend everybody check that out and maybe try for yourself. Just have the video running in the background and listening to a lot of people, especially today, have never seen the entire uncut EVA unedited, because all they've seen are the highlights or the little clips from the Walter Cronkite presentation. So having the unedited footage and radio communications is really just an interesting thing, specifically, obviously, for those of us very interested in space flight and the procedural, just the back and forth between all the different procedures they had to go through. It's not just the giant leap for mankind speech. There's a lot of other things going on too. But yeah, a very stark contrast of the best and of course the worst of news that is happening as of late. Came to mind. And of particularly somewhat gut-wrenching at this point in time was when they did read aloud the plaque that was on the landing leg of the LEM about coming to the surface of the moon in July 1969 AD. They came in peace for all mankind, sea of tranquility, and all peace and tranquility is kind of what the president said. President Nixon at the time over the phone call. Blah. But anyway, and yeah, it just it seems a little bit trivial, because the topic I was not that doesn't seem trivial, but the topic I was going to talk about seems a little bit trivial compared to recent events and news. A lot of news about YouTube in general, gaming. There's a little bit of a rustling, a kerfuffle, if you will, related to gaming channels on YouTube and monetization and paid content, affiliate content. And I talk about YouTube sometimes. I've stated in the past that I try not to be too self-referential. It doesn't seem like a topic that a lot of my viewers, you guys, can relate to, because a lot of you don't do YouTube for a living, obviously, and a lot of you don't even maybe upload videos, so it's not really of major concern to you. But I've gotten enough inquiries about my thoughts about the situation that I will talk about it a bit. Whoops. Oh, speaking of last episode, almost pressing F3, I pressed the wrong button on my keyboard there. I pressed the tilde key, not the F3 key, but we're all right. That doesn't do anything in the game, I don't think. But let's make the first elevated hidey hole of episode 379 here, and we will talk about the situation, and my own personal thoughts and plans and whatnots. Woof! In the morning. Nice sunset, Minecraft. In the morning. And awakeness. Woof. Ooh, I almost didn't make that. Actually, let's use a boat here, I guess. Might as well. But yeah, there have been a couple articles, actually one by Simon Parkin, who originally wrote the article for The New Yorker about Far Lands or Bust. The start of the Far Lands or Bust media spree, press tour, but they were basically writing about the changing face of gaming channels on YouTube and whether, the journalistic implications, why am I inserting an F into that word? Implications, thank you. Implications. The journalistic kind of ethical implications, and of actual monetization, paid content. And those articles came out, but then even more recently, there was news and announcement from Yogscast, the Yogscast channel, which a lot of people don't realize. Yogscast, I believe, are still under Maker, Polaris, that network, but they are kind of their own network. They sign their own channels to be under Yogscast's name, so I'm not sure. They are kind of their own entity, but kind of not-ish. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but yeah, they are practically their own network. They've basically announced what they're calling this FlobDiscovery, which is an interesting way of basically them getting paid by the game developers, specifically indie game developers, for the content they put up on their channel. Above and beyond just the general ad revenue you get from YouTube for putting up stuff on your channel. And it's led to a lot of discussion, a lot of, your Total Biscuits. Your Total Biscuits. There's multiple biscuits. Different articles, all the blogs, all the major gaming blogs, and, different other personalities on YouTube have come out and said their piece about it. And this really isn't my own technical piece. I suppose a little bit, but it's not really a formal video. Oh, is it because the light level's too low? I'm like, why are these flowers suspended? I will replant you so that you can flourish, beautiful little roses. But yeah, basically, let me back up a little bit. Basically, the major argument is that some gaming channels receive money, whether or not it be via an affiliate link. That is, you put a link in your description. Every time a person clicks that link and buys that game that you're featuring, they get a little cut of that. Or just a flat rate. Oh, I will pay you this amount of money to make a video on my game. And whether or not that is, first of all, legal, because there are, depending on what country you're from, there are laws stating that from the FCC for advertising, that if you're making a review or any sort of like journalistic publication of a product or something that can be purchased, and the company that makes that product gives you something in exchange for that review, then you have to pretty much notify, very obviously and blatantly, you have to notify your readers or viewers that that transaction took place. I read Jalopnik, an automotive blog. They say, we test drove the new 2015 GTI, and Volkswagen gave us, flew us out to wherever, Las Vegas, and put us up in a hotel and fed us in order to, be part of this press event. They have to give disclosure, is the word I was looking for, disclosure of what has taken place, even to the extent I'm sure you've seen in articles and on websites that that's kind of a review, but then there's also even sponsored content. There are articles that are written perhaps even by, say, Samsung in order to sell their new TV. This article was written by Samsung. It's not a literal review, but Samsung wrote this, but we're posting it here because this is a sponsored post by Samsung about Samsung, TVs or something like that. Same applies to video games, and there's a lot of, since the gaming, despite having been around for 3, 4, 5-ish years, the Let's Play, the gaming channels on YouTube are still a newish thing. There's a lot of confusion about what is paid content, what is disclosure, what disclosure takes place. There was previously a previous kerfuffle about Machinima advertising. What were they advertising? There was it was a big game company, EA or Ubisoft. Somebody was saying, make a video in this game, say positive things about this game, and you will get an increase in CPM. Machinima was telling their partners of this amount for this, something like that. That happened a while ago, a little bit over a year ago, and there was a little bit of uproar about that. So there's a lot of discussion about this, and certainly I definitely agree that there should be disclosure. The main argument against disclosure is that, Let's Players, gameplay personalities, air quotes around the word personalities, are not claiming to be journalistic endeavors. Careful, Wolfie. I almost punched you into that. I was trying to save you from the cactus, not punch you into it. Good gravy. Silly goose. Silly goose. So I put it down again. I'm an idiot. Here, have it again. Saying, we're not claiming to be a review thing. We're just playing and showing the gameplay. We don't need to disclose. I don't subscribe to that because, even though you're not reviewing, you're not a game, you're not a journalist by trade per se, you still have influence. Whether or not you're a 5,000 subscriber channel or a 500,000 or a 5 million subscriber channel, you have market influence on the success of this sort of product that is the video game you are playing. So yeah, I definitely believe in disclosure, and certainly Yogscast is disclosing this WalkDiscovery program. And, kudos to them for that, for being upfront, pretty much upfront about the whole system. There are some very hazy details about it, but the problem I personally have with the WalkDiscovery program is the metrics at which they're claiming they're going to get paid for it. Basically, what they're saying is that, hey, when we play a video game, a new video game, notably an indie video game, they're kind of tooting their own horn in saying there is a definite increase in sales as a direct result of us, Yogscast, on one of our channels, promoting or making, just not even promoting, just making a video of a specific video game. We, as Yogscast, would like to get paid for that increase in sales of your video game. So by signing up as a game developer, as an indie game developer, if you sign up for our WalkDiscovery program, we will play your game, and whatever that spike above and beyond the normal trend of your game sales is, say normally on a given day you sell 100 copies of a game, Yogscast does a video of your game, and suddenly you're up to 1,000, or did I say 1,000 or 100? Yeah, suddenly you're up to 1,000. That 900 extra sales, Yogscast wants a percentage of that. The problem I have with that is that there's no attribution. Normally with an affiliate link, There is some sort of code or JavaScript or IP tracking. Especially, you look at Google Analytics. It's all about tracking and stats and trends and impressions versus conversions and this and that and the other. The problem I have with this is that there's no cookie trail. And, who's to say, as myself, as a YouTuber myself, who's to say I play a game like Mountain or Glitch Hikers or, one of the weird games that I just find and play, and I'm often, I don't know about the first, but one of the first sizable. In the grand scheme of things, Farlands or Bust, my channel is still kind of small compared to the Yogscast 7 million, the other, multiple millions of views and subscribers. Not a single video on my channel has 1 million views. Feel sorry for me. No, just kidding. So yeah, who's to say I play one of those games and from my channel, from that video, the developer receives an additional bump in sales. But what about if at the same time, either just coincidentally, or as maybe one of the Yogscast people see my video and picks up on a video game, or just maybe coincidentally on the same day, later on in the same day, Yogscast makes a video about a game that I've played. How are you supposed to tell the difference between the sales that come from my video versus the sales that came from Yogscast? Yogscast is just going to take all of that from the developer as their FlobDiscovery bump, the Yogscast bump. There's no accounting for the KurtJMac bump or any other bumps that come in along the way from other YouTubers. Let's go to sleep. This is such a weird show. For those of you who just listened to the audio portion, it must be very strange to just be in the middle of a sentence. Let's go to sleep, and let's continue talking as if nothing ever happened. Sorry. But yeah, who's to say where that difference comes from? So that is my personal problem with it. I'm not saying I want a piece of that pie. Also, I'm saying that they're falsely, it's almost as if they are taking out of the hands of the developer additional affiliate funds that they shouldn't be. So yeah, and that's the part of the deal that they don't really explain what the metrics or what the percentage is to that. And I kind of hope, obviously this is aimed at indie developers, and I do kind of worry a lot of indie developers, especially if it's their first game, they want it to be a success, and they'll see the dollar signs that say, "Oh, Yogscast wants to play my video game, but only if I sign up for this FlobDiscovery thing." So I'll do that, and maybe they don't need to. I kind of hope that it's not particularly myself, and since they're transparent about it, it's not particularly the consumer that is in danger here from this program, but it seems like it is the indie developer who might be missing out, and perhaps, if they're going to be spending money, ad money, a share of their revenue on trying to spread the word about their game, maybe there's somewhere that's a little bit more accountable that their money is better off on. That's saying, like a Google AdSense campaign, or somewhere else, paying for a banner ad on Kotaku or a gaming blog or something like that, other than this program. So I just, I kind of hope nobody signs up for it. But it seems with this announcement that it's already probably a program that's in full swing and that has already been implemented. But that's kind of, it's kind of snowballed from these articles, kind of looking into the almost payola type system that is encroaching into the YouTube gaming infrastructure, to then this discovery, I guess, about FlobDiscovery. So there's a lot of discussion about that, and I think I've kind of said my own personal opinions. I think, to the best of my knowledge, have been as open and disclosure apparent as I can be in the situation where I may stand to have financial gain from a video going up. And that's actually honestly never really happened. In the cases like Grid Autosport, I say in every description that Codemasters gave me a copy of this game. I did not. I was going to, but I did not spend my $50 on this game. Codemasters gave me it to review it and share it, so therefore that was technically some gain on my part to encourage me to play the game on my channel on Codemasters' behalf. Obviously, I have not generally said very positive things about the game, so there was no positive impact on that tangible gain that I had. But yeah, I would never take money or affiliate revenue from somewhere on the condition that I only say good things about it. I've only gotten an offer like that once or twice. And I think, I recently did get one from an electronics company in the email saying, oh, we'll send you this tablet and laptop, and you just have to make an unboxing video about it and say positive things. I was almost considering it until the line where they said, say positive things about this. So I basically, into the trash, delete email, spam folder. And every once in a while I'll get an email saying, oh, I'll give you $15 a month to put my link to whatever in all of your video descriptions. And no, my video descriptions are not for sale. The one affiliate thing I do have going on right now is I do mention that with Beast Node, Minecraft servers, I have an affiliate account with Beast Node that if you use the coupon code Wolfie, you will get 10% off of your server subscription to have your own Minecraft multiplayer server. But that's, I only do that to kind of hopefully get my fans a coupon code. Similarly with I did the little thing about what was the 3D printing company. I'm a terrible affiliate, that's for sure. I can't even remember the companies that I'm affiliated with. I'm looking at it right now. The Kerbal Space Program, 3D printed. It starts with an S. Oh, hi, Wolfie. Don't glitch into. Oh, God, bless it. I keep punching you this episode. Shapeways. Sorry, good gravy. Shapeways sent me. They didn't give me any money. They just sent me free products to give a video on the channel, and I said, well, you know what? I won't take your money or anything. I'll take these free products to look at because they're kind of cool anyway. But what you have to do is get something for my fans. So that's where, with the FlobDiscovery, we had the gift certificate contest to get $100 through Shapeways. So it's kind of more so for to get something positive out of it for you guys to have to I'm forcing you to listen to this quasi-affiliate advertisement, so I'm going to get you guys something out of it in return. The thing with the Beast Node affiliate program, yes, I get a percentage of every subscription, but as I've said in the past, I donate that money to Child's Play charity. Not that much comes into that. Not that many people taking advantage of the Beast Node subscriptions, which is fine. It's no pressure at all for any of these things. But so far, $50 has gone to the Child's Play charity fundraiser by way of those affiliate monies coming in. A new thing that I have yet to talk about, simply because I have yet to really implement it, is Kerbal Space Program recently announced an affiliate program with content creators, live streamers, YouTubers particularly, but other places as well, where there is an actual affiliate link that if you purchase through that affiliate link through Kerbal Space Program, a copy of Kerbal Space Program, not through Steam, not through any other third-party store, but through KerbalSpaceProgram.com, I or anybody else involved in this affiliate program will get a percentage of those sales. And that I will be very upfront with and forthright about when I do start making Kerbal Space Program videos again. I obviously have been making Kerbal Space Program videos all this time without that incentive. I feel like I'm doing this to kind of help them test out this system. It's very early beta system for this affiliate program. Surely they're doing it because, probably sales are on a little bit of a dip because a lot of the people maybe who have heard of or who were originally interested in Kerbal Space Program have probably purchased it now anyway, and they're kind of probably looking to spur some additional content creators to make more content and spread the word about Kerbal Space Program. That's fine. That's advertising for you. That's marketing, trying to react to a different market here, and certainly as an early video producer, is that what I'm calling myself now, of Kerbal Space Program videos, a lot of people early on said, oh, you go throughout the Kerbal Space Program community, oh yeah, I bought Kerbal Space Program because I saw KurtJMac's videos and blah, 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 this, that, or the other. And, certainly none of those sales have come back to me, and I've never asked for any of those affiliate, referrals to come back to me. And even I didn't even ask for. They put a little bit of a thank you. I'm not sure if it's still in there, but in the credits of Kerbal Space Program in the game, there's KurtJMac is in the thank yous, and moon or bust on the menu screen. Just kind of a hat tip to Farland's a bust, they say, and that's a nice enough thing I never asked for or really expected anyway. And it's honestly it's a little bit embarrassing because nowadays, now that Kerbal Space Program is widely known, people might see that in the credits and be like, who's this KurtJMac jerk? But anyway, yeah, that's the only other thing that I've ever partaken in. Most, if not all, of the other video games I've ever played on the channel, I have paid for and have not received anything in return. But yeah, it's really not necessarily about that. I think you guys are aware that I would be forthcoming about any of that stuff, and in general, I tend to shy away from that sort of thing. But it is, and wow, yeah, a lot of talking about this stuff. But it is, it is a changing tide, I suppose you could say, without getting into too much detail. It's certainly the case where YouTube ad revenue is not exactly what it used to be, so I can expect channels, gaming and otherwise, just channels on YouTube, looking for... Wolfie, where are you at? Are you up there? Please don't be up there. Excuse me. Oh, you're stuck behind this. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. YouTube ad revenue is... have a seat, and I'm not sure why specifically, but it is not what it used to be. So I would expect channels, either gaming or other channels, to be looking for these alternate sources of income to fill that gap. I'm not sure if it's because there are more successful YouTubers out there, the pie, while perhaps slightly larger or the same size, the piece of the pie is much smaller. I'm speaking, of course, of ad revenue, and if you're aware of CPMs, RPM, the costs for the ads per 1,000 views is technically how we get our revenue calculated to us, and that YouTube itself are missing revenue projections in regards to their shareholders and stuff like that, which is always news. So you can expect these channels to be looking for alternate means of income, whether they be through affiliate programs, paid content, advertising, merchandise. You see a lot of these big vloggers and whatnot writing books and publishing books now as additional sources of revenue. So certainly this is one side effect, one continued evolution of the YouTube game, quote unquote, that you can look towards. And I was going to talk even further then about fan funding, Patreon, the tip jar stuff, but maybe we'll save that for the next episode, because I do have a little bit of things to talk about that, because in general, advertising itself leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth. So the fan funding thing is something that is starting to rise up in awareness, and a possible much more what's the word I'm looking for? much more fan-based and oriented means of revenue than, say, advertising, the kind of dead eyes of the marketing engine. But anyway, I'm getting kind of off track here. Totally off track. Derailed. But yeah, sorry for not answering any questions this episode. We'll hopefully get to those soon. But I do appreciate us breaking through the $7,000 mark for Child's Play charity. Also great news that Zeldathon recently concluded and they reached and surpassed their $100,000 goal for St. Jude's. This is all good news, and it really helps kind of shush away the misanthrope inside of me when we have all this other bad news happening on in the world. Is the good news, the generosity and the support from people like you to your local PBS station, to your local YouTubers. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Implications? Bleh.